Hey Josh, any thoughts about Medicaid planning? Guy emails me. Um, Look, this is going to sound harsh, and I don't mean it to be, but I don't agree with any kind of Medicaid planning at all. Actually, I think Medicaid planning is. I don't think you should be engaged in that. And the reason for that is because of the three unfunded liabilities. You got Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Medicaid is by far in the world of hurt because Medicaid is also funded. I think the majority of it funded by the states, and so the states don't have the revenue. The federal government doesn't have the revenue, so Medicaid is suffering. Medicaid is supposed to be for poor people. All there is to it. It's supposed to be for the people who have no other resources. And I find, and it's going to offend somebody. I'm sorry, but I find people who try to shield assets in order to qualify for benefits for those who actually don't have any assets to shield. I think I don't think that's right. And the reason for that is because those people who don't have any assets to shield have no other option. Medicaid is their only choice, and that's why it's for impoverished people. And I think if you have assets and you've been blessed to be granted those assets, spending them down for your own health care, I don't know why that would be problematic because you leave less to your kids or you might run out of money. Well, how about the people? If you are spending into Medicaid, spending down assets by hiding them, by creating trust, by gifting them and things of that nature, in order to be able to qualify for Medicaid, Medicaid is literally a fixed pie. It's it's not like capitalism, where capitalism, by me getting what I have, you don't have yours. That doesn't work. That's not the way it works in capitalism. It is the way it works in Medicaid. There's a fixed amount of money that can go around, and by you getting some of that fixed amount of money, Grandma Jones is inherently not. There's just no other way around that. And so because Grandma Jones isn't, that just I just you're I hate to say it, but you're taking from Grandma Jones, who has no other resources whatsoever. Now, maybe Grandma Jones got indigent because she was a crack baby. I don't know. I don't know. But the facts are, however she got there, Medicaid doesn't judge on how you got there. It just says, are you there? It doesn't say, well, Grandma Jones, you should have became a doctor instead of a tech person who got laid off and you spent your money, whatever. It doesn't work like that. It just says Grandma Jones has no money, and so we're going to make sure she's not, living under a bridge to some degree in her. It doesn't have to be later years, but generally speaking, Medicaid is an alternative for long-term care for those who are impoverished. There's just no other way around that, and. Anyway, I don't like it. I've said this a few times before on the channel. I think if you have been blessed with the assets and the wherewithal to save for yourself and to provide for yourself, I think you should use those assets as a stopgap until you either deplete those assets or you die for Medicaid. I do. I truly believe in this because I truly know that there are impoverished people that will not be able to be helped because of you taking Medicaid away from them. And now one of two things is going to happen: either Grandma Jones won't be able to get the care she needs, or B, they're going to raise taxes on us all in order to basically help you, which I don't like. I don't think that's fair, and it shouldn't be like that, especially when we do have impoverished people who need the help. So anyway, if you look at the world as a part coming from a scarcity mindset, where if I spend this, I won't have it for the future, as opposed to I've been blessed with this, thus I am going to spend it on what I need. I think if you look at it through a scarcity mindset, you're going to be inclined to say, how can I make sure that I don't spend what I've been blessed with? And that way I can use other assets. So if I need to, I can fall back on these assets I've been blessed with. And I just, you shouldn't do that. I mean, again, it's moral judgment on my part. Unsubscribe, fine. You shouldn't do that. You should say, no. I have these assets. I look at it as abundance. I've been blessed with these assets. I'm going to use them to finance my long-term care, to finance my health costs until I run out. If I run out, and then I'll go into the Medicaid system, which is exactly what it's there for. And if you've known people on Medicaid, and you know how desperate they need it, which I have, you'll know very quickly how much it can help people who really need it, and how people who use it when they they shouldn't do that. All right, so I'll just stop there. So I don't do any Medicaid planning on this channel. I don't believe in it. I don't think you should. I think if Medicaid planning, spending down assets, hiding assets and stuff is something that you're engaging on, I just unequivocally disagree with that mindset. I know there are attorneys who specialize that. I know there are insurance agents who can talk. I frankly find it to be I don't like it. And then you look at states like the poverty states, West Virginia, Maine, where I'm from. These states don't have, and again, Medicaid is significantly funded by your neighbor. It's not funded by some rich guy in Berkeley, California. It's funded by that guy in Gorham, Maine with his taxes, because Medicaid is a state-funded entity primarily. So by you getting on the system, you're taking money from your neighbor. And in Maine, there's not enough money there. I mean, it's just a poverty state, and West Virginia is a impoverished state. West Virginia has a 10-year clawback. So if they find out that you've been hiding assets in order to qualify for Medicaid, they're going to look at your history over the last 10 years and claw back those assets. Other states are going that round too, and they should, because again, they don't have the money. They literally don't have the money to pay for these things. So they're going to do what they can to make sure if they're giving you money, that they're going to put you through the ringer. So, all right, that's just my moral assessment of that. So hope this helps. Thanks.